Well, another success story here, from poverty to millionaire. One woman certainly overcame a lot in her life to become the self-made millionaire that she is today. This morning, I'm joined by motivational speaker and author Aimee Elizabeth. Welcome, Aimee.
Thank you,
Thanks
Erica.
for being with us. Now, you were homeless at one point, and now you are a millionaire.
That's correct.
So, I guess, briefly tell us how it all happened.
Well, my mom had issues. I was a good kid. Came home from school one night, locked out of the house. So I ring the doorbell, and she comes down and opens the door and says, "What do you want?" And I'm like, confused, standing there not really knowing what to say. And she says, "Come in, get your stuff, get out, you're not coming back." So that was my first night being homeless. And I had many odd jobs through high school to keep me alive. Newspaper route, was a maid for an elderly lady. I met on my newspaper route. I tutored other kids. I worked at a deli. I worked at a library. Just whatever I could do. I babysat. Anything I could do to keep myself alive.
So you were working at a young age, like 8 years old.
Yeah, I started working when I was 8.
Jobs.
Yeah, I was a little mini entrepreneur when I was 8 years old.
And then how did you build up as far as creating new businesses? And then when did you make your first million?
Well, I started my first business when I was 20 for just $1,000. I managed to save up, and so I did on a shoestring budget. And 18 years later, I retired a millionaire. And then I invested in real estate for my retirement income. And at the peak of the bubble, I sold off and became an instant multimillionaire. And now I'm back into real estate since it crashed. And I'm a landlord again, and an author.
And you're also a motivational speaker.
Yes.
And basically helping others to do the same thing, follow your path, right?
Absolutely.
You have written this book. Basically, it's about poverty and how it sucks. The title, Poverty Sucks.
Yes.
Tell us about some of the key elements in that book that you think is really important for people to keep in mind when they're starting a business.
If you're starting a new business, I have a rule of 5. First rule is never have a partner. Generally, those people have no money, no training, no useful skills, but their hand is always out at payday. And often they will actively harm your business. So if there's any skill set you lack, hire somebody else, sub out the work to somebody else. Don't have a partner. Then my next rule is never have retail space. Overhead on retail space can be $10,000 a month or more, and you have no idea how fast or slow your business will grow. So, and that's just a huge waste of money anyway. If you can run it out of your house,
but
why do you want to
spend it? But what if you are
selling
trying to sell something that you can't sell out of your home, say if they're big ticket items, and you can't really sell it online?
Well, I had an indoor plant business, and we're talking big trees to hotels in Las Vegas, and I would go to the customer with my portfolio, sell them the products that they selected, and then I would call my wholesalers and have them drop ship to the customers on a certain day and time, and my crew would meet them out there to do the installation, so nothing ever had to come to my home.
So you're saying you can do everything out of your home or online?
You really can these days. Okay. You really can. And so why spend that money on overhead just to stroke your ego and show that you have a place with your name on it? No, put the money in your pocket.
So you're saying retail space is maybe more about you than your actual business?
Yes, exactly. Okay. That's a want, not a need in most cases. And then also I believe you should never lack confidence in yourself. Many entrepreneurs, people starting out, they're scared, and understandably so. But try not to let that overwhelm you. Any skill set you think you lack, again, you can hire somebody to do that. And then you always want to find a business that produces residual income, which is money, that's mailbox money. You work for it once, but it shows up for decades. That's like an insurance agent. He comes to your house once and sells you 5 different policies. You never see him again, but he's making money off you for decades. Non-residual income is a car salesman. You're never going to see them again, most likely. They have to make money every day they work. So you always want residual income. And then the final thing is to only do a business where you can duplicate yourself, because you want your business to work for you. You don't want to work for it. If you can duplicate yourself and step back, you can not only grow the business, or you can turn it over to a manager and let them grow it, and it just becomes a money-making machine, and now you're collecting your mailbox money.
So you're saying make sure you start something that you can hire somebody else to do.
Absolutely.
Once it's grown to be large enough.
Absolutely.
And then you step back. Okay.
Yes.
I have to ask you, who sort of led you in your path?
Actually, nobody.
No one?
Nobody.
You weren't inspired by any one person?
No,
I know in your bio you said your father was a banker.
Correct.
Did he instill some sort of, money saving?
No, he was a spendthrift. He spent every nickel and then some before he got his paycheck and debt up to his eyeballs on his credit cards. And I think my big motivation came from I wanted to prove to my parents I wasn't garbage to be thrown away.
Okay. And you certainly have done that.
Yes, so they inspired me.
Yes, you've written the book, and now you're having a seminar coming up.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
I'm going to give a little talk at Cull Books and speak to some people there and hopefully motivate and inspire some local Connecticut folks.
And that's happening in Hartford.
Yes.
People can meet you and get the book, and are you going to have some sort of like question and answer session as well?
Absolutely.
People can really ask you specific questions,
Sure.
maybe about the business that they're thinking about, their possible business plan. Things
Absolutely.
Like that.
And if they want their book signed as well, absolutely. I'm happy. I like to help. That's one of my firm beliefs in helping others and giving back. So I'm really looking forward to doing that.
All right. And of course, people can always go to your website for more information as
Yes.
well. Also, they can download the book if they don't, or if they're not able to purchase it.
Correct. Yes, it's available on my website, on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. It's in Kindle version. It's everywhere. You can get it any way you like it. But buy it on Amazon. It's cheaper. Or if you want to buy it off my website, $1 gets donated to StreetTeens.org, a Nevada charity near and dear to my heart for obvious reasons.
All right. Great. Aimee, thanks so much for being with us.
It was a pleasure. Thank you,
Certainly
Erica.
inspiring story.
Thank you.